Hey, how's it going, you hosers? Okay, I've got my winter hoodie on here, and you don't even want to look outside. That's how bad it is. We got that big storm last night. I was out clearing snow this morning. My blower's over there dripping off. But as tough as that was, I'm glad I have a blower, not doing it by hand. Got my happy coffee. Here's what happened actually late yesterday afternoon. We're getting all these warnings, on the news and everything about the blizzard, and it started to come down. And I looked at my wife, and she looked at me, and I said, "Are you feeling it?" She goes, "Yeah." "Feeling what?" I said, let's go thrifting. Let's hit a thrift store. Nobody will be there because of the weather. So I put on my winter hoodie and my scarf, and we went to a thrift store, one that's fairly nearby. We didn't want to go that far. The roads weren't that great. And it's true. Hardly anybody was there. That was what was great about it. She found a couple nice things that she's looking for, and she really finds some great clothing. Anyway, this is what I found. It's kind of interesting because it was sitting there on a shelf surrounded basically by junk. And this is a 1996 Technics SA-EX310. 40 watt per channel receiver. It's a Class H receiver. Why am I covering this on my vintage stereo channel? Because, well, Kevin from Skylabs inspired me too. Kevin, when you did that one where you talked about like these bargain basement bulletproof units like this, I was like, yeah, I could actually use a spare unit. And I've actually owned 3 or 4 of these over the years. So here's what I find. Here's why I bought it. Oh, by the way, it was $20. And I got a senior's discount. Whoops. And it had a ticket right here. And it says, as is untestable. And I'm looking and going, oh. Look at the back, and these have, like many Techniques, it has a place for a power cord. So I just grabbed a couple likely candidates from my junk box here, and although it didn't come with one, I had a pretty good idea it would work. So you basically have a phono, magnetic phono, CD, tape, TV, DVD with switchable video. Remember those days when you used to use the hi-fi VCR and you listen to your first hi-fi stereo tape through your stereo and just went, wow. Anyway, lots of inputs, lots of outputs. It actually has a fake surround sound, which I don't care about, subwoofer output, and then just standard stereo. Weighs about, I don't know, 14, 15 pounds. Here's one thing. I have frequently said how I dislike STK modules where the preamp and amp are in one chip or 2 chips. There's an exception. These Class H Techniques, I forget what the chip number is, but there's one very large chip in here. I have never come across a bad one. I've come across some that people have really put through the paces, and shorted speaker connections, all kinds of things. And they've been good, very good. But what I'm talking about here is a receiver that you could use on your bench for testing turntables through, just for easy listening in a shop or a garage with very little outlay. Or you get something. This is what happened the last one. Sorry, buddy. You know who I'm talking about. Buddy of mine sent me an email and he said, do you have any kind of a receiver I could borrow? I don't have anything to do. He'd sold a bunch of his vintage stuff. It was a guy downsizing his house and everything. He said, I just need a stereo. I want to hook up a turntable and a pair of speakers at my new place. And as soon as I find a vintage one, I'll get it back to you. Well, I've never seen it back. But that's fine. It was 20 bucks, just like this one. That's a good thing to have. So let's turn it on and see what we have. Let's put a couple of... Alright, it has a real power switch. So we just go to the tuner. Yeah, I've got sound. I'm picking up a station, there's no antenna on it. Oh yeah. These little knobs are a bit of a pain. Wow. I can't believe it. There's the fake surround. It doesn't really do much. Stereo mode, center mode, I don't know what that does. I just want 2 channels coming out to hook up to some speakers. And the other neat thing about these is it can use a remote, infrared remote control, and just a basic dollar store universal remote you'll be able to operate the most of the functions with. You know, if you want to have it in a shop somewhere and a song comes on that you absolutely hate, you can just go and get rid of it. Yeah, so that's my thrift store find in the middle of a blizzard. I don't know, it just, sometimes you just need to do stuff. I guess back in the old days you had challenges, real challenges against nature and things like that. This is what we've replaced those with. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening.